Calvin, how's it going, man?
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a special release.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this one. What have we got here?
So this one basically is it's a saison.
Okay.
So basically we use it's a Belgian style.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So as a brewers, we use the Belgian style. We spice it with coriander with some orange peel.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got the perfect dish for this.
Yeah.
Let's taste it first, and I'll see if I'm on the right track.
Okay.
Oh, coriander and orange peel sounds amazing. Looking good. Okay. Let's take a look at that bottle again. Saison. Nice. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Go for it. Oh my god, you can really taste the orange.
Yeah, yeah. So
And then the coriander kind of hits after. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other flavors are like, when you are using, there's a special yeast we use for this.
Okay.
Yeah. So the yeast ferments at a very high temperatures than the rest.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
it gives out like a complex compounds
almost
of
deep,
taste.
like much more depth.
Yeah, yeah.
Depth of flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps hitting my palate. It's nice.
Yeah.
So okay, I am bang on with this one, I think.
Yeah.
So for this, I'm gonna do from the coast a nice snapper
Okay.
with some prawns. I'm gonna make a nice broth, cook it really slowly, the broth, and then I'm gonna poach the fish, add the prawns, and finish it with some coriander.
Oh man.
Some nice dania I actually bought from my garden. Imagine.
Wow.
So, you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm already salivating.
Perfect. Okay, I'll call you when it's ready.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Make
brother.
sure you do.
I will. Okay, so now we're gonna start on this incredibly beautiful poached seafood dish. And we're gonna use the Sambrubru here. And what we have is this beautiful coast snapper that we got this morning, nicely filleted. And we've got these beautiful queen prawns. If you have a look, like super fresh, delicious, juicy, beautiful, gorgeous heads. Can't wait to tuck into that. So the best way I think personally to start to kind of peel a prawn is you want to get these lovely feet. You want to get these feet and just rip them off the body. We want to keep the heads because we're going to use them in a stock. So take all the feet off, and then the shell just comes off really beautifully and easily. And then we can keep the tails on the prawn or off the prawn, depending. Some people like the crunch, Gets between your teeth and it's delicious. But I like to take it off because I'm going to reduce this down with a beautiful kind of like, really like lemongrass. We've got some beautiful herbs. We're going to infuse the stock. So here's our peeled prawn. And that's going to go into our bowl with the rest of our prawns. Marinate it with some beer. Going to get on that next. And we're going to also portion this, get it in there, let it go for a couple hours until we're ready to start poaching. So I'm just going to start preparing the stock with these amazing fish trimmings. So we've trimmed down the fish, which is over here. We've got that trimmed out nicely. I'm going to portion the rest of this. Then we're going to whack that into a nice marinade in here. But first, we're going to get finished on making our stock. So this is going to form the base of a kind of a broth that this lovely fish is going to sit in, and it's going to be delish. So I like to start up every broth with celery, garlic, and onions. So those go straight into the pan. Let's give it a good glug of oil. Get that celery into a nice hot pan. Nice noise. Look at that. I'm going to get a couple cloves of garlic and some nice ginger in there. Salt and pepper to taste. Easygoing does it at the start because I think, you don't want to oversalt. Some garlic powder and some chili flakes and our trimmings. So here we have these gorgeous, delicious prawn heads and just some trimmings from that snapper. They're going to get in there. Give them a good spin. Everyone loves a good spin. And then we're going to hit it with a tiny bit of lemon juice just to kind of like pull it all together. And some lemongrass, which I'm just going to bash about with the back of a spoon. It's going to give it some really nice fresh lift. Gonna cover that up, cover it with some stock, and let that go. So I like to make my own fish stock. You can just boil up the heads. I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, so it's got a really nice, rich, dark flavor, but you can use anything. You can use a stock cube if you have to. It's not essential. This is gonna go into that lovely prawn head kind of mixture with the lemongrass, the onions, the garlic, the celery, and then we're just gonna get all that in there and just finish it off with a little fresh grated ginger to kind of pull it all together. Not a lot. We want the fish to shine, so that's gonna cook. That's gonna cook away, and we're gonna start working on the marinade now. Okay, so I've pooped, deveined all these prawns. Like you can see, they're super clean. These are gonna go into this bowl, and with that, we're gonna add these lovely fillets of snapper that we have ready to go. So we've got all of our fish here. We've got this lovely snapper from the coast, and we've got these fantastic queen prawns. We're gonna hit this with some acid now. So what I've got here is about a cup of lemon juice, and that citric acid is just gonna work the proteins of this fish, and it's gonna start to cook it slowly. We're gonna add a little bit of heat here from these chili flakes, just to, give it a little bit of a kick, and a nice whack of ginger to kind of lighten the mood, But we want the fish to sting. We want the fish to feel fresh. We want it to taste fresh, and we don't want to lose any of that flavor. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna kind of act like a little bit of a pickle. It's gonna start cooking the fish, but not fully. A little bit of pepper goes a long way with this. So our fishes are swimming in this lovely marinade here, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of tarragon here because it's got this like deep licorice, and it actually grows close to the coast, so it's really useful to use ingredients that have a provenance to where the ingredients come from. So that's gone in there. We've got lime, got cayenne pepper, some fresh chilies, some diced chilies, some dried chilies, and some black pepper, and of course the tarragon. Now we're gonna hit it with the Sambrubru. Right, this is an incredible beer. This is actually one of the favorites that I tasted. It's spicy, it's dry, it's complex, it's rich. It's perfect to just lift that fish. So in it goes. You probably want to just make sure that you're covering all the fish. So make sure that the liquid is above the level of the fish in whatever surface you're using. So that's gonna go, oh yes, look at that. That is gonna go in there and essentially start the cooking process. And while that's going, we've got our broth coming along sweetly. So let's take a look at our stock here. It's coming along pretty well. Yeah. Jesus, that smells good. That smells incredible. So I'm just gonna give those crunchy heads a crush to really work all that lovely flavor out of the shells. Let's give this a... Oh my God, that is so goddamn good. Wow. Okay, needs to keep moving. Oh my God, that's gonna be so good when it hits. It's gonna be so good. The stock is going, room smells amazing. It's coming along really well, but it is really rich and it's really deep. Those prawn heads are full of umami. So to offset that, we're gonna just do a little bit of a pickled cucumber. It's not hard. Just take the back of a peeler and you get these beautiful ribbons. And once you've got, see that? That's gonna ribbon up on a plate beautifully. So you just keep ribboning until you're done with the cucumber. Okay, so now I've got these beautiful cucumber ribbons. So what we need to do to break that sauce, to kind of cut through it, is hit it with a bit of vinegar. So I'm gonna use apple cider vinegar here. I think it has a really lovely depth. It goes really nicely with fish. And that's all. I mean, literally, the cucumber will start to release its own juices. And it's just a light pickle. And it's gonna just literally lift the entire balance of all of this deep, deep, deep flavor that we have coming through from the fish. Most of the liquid has now evaporated off this incredible stock. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of the ceviche liquid, which is beer, lemon juice, onions, tarragon, it's beautiful. And we're just gonna hit that straight into this. So that's gonna keep moving. Now we need to focus on our fish. So what I've done is I've taken some stock out of this, ready to go into another pan so we can poach this beautiful fish. We're gonna hit it with some cream, we're gonna serve it up with these cucumbers. We're gonna be in heaven. Let's move. So the Sambrubru, the special Sambrubru has gone into here, and it's really filling the room. You can smell the beer like coming onto your palate off the stock, but it's absolutely delicious. Let's give this a taste. That's amazing. So that's going to cook down even more. We're going to get that back onto our other burner, and then we start working on the sauce. So the beer is now out of the bowl, and so we have our fish, which you can see is starting to take on a little bit of an opaque color, which means it's kind of pickling. So it needs to get into our poach. So I've reserved that beautiful fish stock from what we were cooking earlier, and that's going to go straight into this nice hot pan, like so. And the fish is just going to go into the pan with it and poach and get them poaching. And you want to put the fish in probably about 3 to 4 minutes before the prawns, because the prawns cook super fast. So the fish is now poaching. Just let it go, turn it over. When you start to see the opaqueness kind of rise to half the body, and then these prawns are going to go in there and smash it. So when you take fish out of the heat, it basically wants to absorb flavor. So what we're doing is we're going to cook this at a low heat. We're going to take it off the heat. We're going to let it chill for a bit, and then we're going to finish it. So let that sit for about 1 to 2 minutes until the prawns turn pink, and they're slightly firm to touch, but not too much resistance. We'll be good to go. All right, so this is now reduced to an almost sticky consistency. It's looking beautiful. And it's going to be really concentrated, so we need to hit it with a splash of this lovely double cream. And just using the back of the spoon, you want to turn that together. It's going to be nice. Okay, keep it bubbling. And you want to taste your food while you're cooking, because you don't want to screw it up. That is good. It's a little bit on the deep side, so we just lightened it a little bit with some more cream. That's now a beautiful cream broth, and we're ready to plate this fish that we finished about 3 minutes ago. Get that heat off there. We've got all this lovely fish here, but since I'm portioning out for just a couple friends, I'm going to do it in bits. And we want to finish that with some lovely prawns. So we're going to pour the broth over that. So we've got these lovely poached bits of seafood in here. Just going to get this beautiful cream sauce poured around the edge of that. And then this morning I picked these beautiful coriander sprouts from my garden. And we're just going to finish that off with some somewhat douchey, but beautiful, lovely microherbage. And actually, the good thing about microherbs is they pack about 8 times the nutrition of a done dish. If you're serving and you want people to think you're a bit of a sass, wipe down your pot and serve to your friend. What we have here is that lovely snapper that I poached in the stock that I reduced from the heads and the bodies of the prawns, topped off with that lovely Sambrubru and a nice cucumber pickle. I'm going to suggest that you hit it with a lemon each and then dig in. Let me know what you think. Is it good? Can you taste the beer? Does it pull through?
Yeah, I can actually taste some of the flavors.
Yeah. The same flavor you were telling me about, the coriander and the orange. Yeah, good. I'm glad. That was quite a cook. That was tough.
It's like I'm tasting a beer and I'm tasting for carbonation.
Yeah? Good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And then that should offset it nicely. It's just really very calm. Is it good? Yeah? Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.